Hello, I'm calling about a wildlife situation, emergency.
I just found a small beaver who was run over.
There's a crane that is hanging from a tree by either a fishing line or wire.
There seems to be an oil spill in the creek.
It's a baby hog. It's caught in the pigeon netting on the third floor.
And this is emergency, so I hope someone can come down as soon as they can.
Please, I need to call ASAP.
My whole life I've noticed the things that people do to affect wild animals and the challenges that wild animals have living in our built world. And I've always wanted to give back and to try to do something to undo that. For me, that's the daily motivation to keep doing this kind of work.
Literally, the phone rings and we're responding to whatever's needs to be done. So a typical day doesn't exist.
If animals got hurt or their mothers got lost, they might have came here. We're actually trying to help them and care for them.
The days are long, but they never seem long enough. There's always a lot to do. There's always a lot that we can do to make things better.
There's always something going on. There's always a lot of activity. So there is no typical day, and that's why I like it so much.
So every day, sick, injured, and orphaned animals are brought to Toronto Wildlife Centre, and if we weren't here, these animals would just have nowhere to go.
For the wild animals that are in need, TWC is imperative because we have the ability to specialize in these species, to have focused care for these species, and to have the resources where these species have the chance to succeed.
Toronto Wildlife Centre, of course, is really important to wild animals because we literally save their lives every single day. But also for humans, we're really, really important because human beings, when they find a wild animal in crisis, are really upset.
If somebody finds an animal, whether it's a dog, a cat, a wild bird, or a wild raccoon, they really want to have some way to help it. If they cared enough to pick the animal up in the first place, then they care enough to take it somewhere. So we're just as much a service for the community as we are for the patients that we treat.
And really, with the only center of its kind in the GTA, I think they really serve a vital purpose here.
If TWC didn't exist, I think there would be a lot of very sad animal cases.
Because if there wasn't Toronto Wildlife Centre, then we would see a lot of dead animals or hurt animals.
The community would also lose a tremendous resource for just education about wild animals. Everything from mitigating damage to how to gently and humanely harass them away from problem areas, to even just trying to instill a sense of compassion for our wildlife neighbors, which most people don't see on a regular basis.
We're not only dealing with bringing in sick, injured, and orphan animals, we're also dealing with situations where people just need to know what to do.
Through our hotline, we save more wild animals' lives, I think, than all the other work that we do put together at Toronto Wildlife Centre.
Let's think of the positive side. Toronto Wildlife Centre is really great to me. I really like it.
So I think just by being here and by having the tremendous support of our donors and our volunteers and the staff that are so dedicated, we're just able to give these animals a chance that they wouldn't ordinarily have.
I have been so incredibly touched and so strengthened every single day by the amazing community of people that we have around us. Whether it's the donors who provide the funds to do the work that we do, or the volunteers who come in and work alongside the also hardworking staff and work really, really long hours to help, or just members of the community every day who come across situations. It's amazing what you see in people in our line of work, and it's very touching to me to see how much people care.
Our rescue staff are on the way. We should be there shortly, and hopefully we can find a way to get this animal into our hospital and get it the help it needs.